If there was ever a day to be on a bike, it's today. It's currently 59 degrees with no smoke in the air. So our journey begins at Blue Mountain in Missoula, and we're gonna head south toward Hamilton, just 40 miles away. I'm hoping to make it the entire way, but if not, we'll still log a lot of miles today. So we are on the Missoula to Bitterroot Trail. The one downside about this trail is its proximity to Highway 93, which we will follow for the entirety of the trip. It's a little noisy, but I do have my own dedicated trail, so I don't have to share the road with cars. The benefit to this though is I'll have places to stop to fill up on supplies, water, hydration, snacks along the way. As you can see, there's some mild hills on this trail, which will be useful, but other than this first section, there's really not too much elevation gain that I'm aware of. So we'll be going through several towns: Lolo, Florence, Stevensville, Victor, and if I make it, Hamilton. All right, we are gonna stop and check out this view. By the way, that's the Bitterroot River. That was a beautiful spot. Now we're gonna have a good downhill heading into Lolo. Coming up on a beautiful willow tree. I can't stress enough how beautiful of a day it is today. Maybe it's just because we've been enduring smoke for weeks and weeks, but it is absolutely perfect. To me, train tracks are the epitome of travel. I don't know what it is, but I find them very scenic. So we're gonna be coming up into Lolo pretty soon. Just around this corner, I believe. And entering the small town of Lolo. Now that's something you don't see every day. A naked wooden lady in a barrel. Hamilton is 34 miles. This stretch between Lolo and Florence is pretty much a straightaway right next to traffic. But it's still very cool. Not hot at all, especially for August. So we're gonna enjoy it. So today's venture is more focused on distance, not so much climbing. So we'll see how far I can go reasonably in a day. Aside from the traffic, this isn't that bad. Doing this makes me think of all the adventures that I had with my mom doing this. If she were in Montana, she'd be right here with me. So shout out to my mom, Susan. And we should do an adventure again. Getting closer to Florence. 3 miles to Florence, 29 to Hamilton. Well, that was bad news for somebody. Perhaps I should get a spare chain. Entering Ravalli County. Coming into Florence. Should be just around this corner here. There's Gary and Leo's. Local grocery store. Town Pump. Very popular here in Montana. And no town is complete without a flappy arm balloon man. So yeah, the town of Florence, pretty small, as most of these will be. If this company doesn't have the most clever name, Brown's Septic Service. That's awesome. 2 towns down. Next up, Stevensville. Look at them cows living their best life. So I didn't mention, for those that don't know, the mountain range behind me is known as the Bitterroot Range. North Bass Creek. It actually had water flow underneath it. Got a steady climb here. It's not steep, but it's consistent. That's pretty neat. My guess would be that's a irrigation ditch. So that is St. Mary Peak over there. Hiked that quite a few times. It's a very tall mountain that has amazing views from the top. It's a good hike. And there's still an active fire tower located at the top. There's a headwind here making this a little challenging. And Stevensville. I've got 7 miles to Victor, 17 to Hamilton. I'm feeling pretty good. It's been like this my whole way. I don't know what's going on. Next town is Victor. We're coming pretty close up on it. I think I might stop and get something to drink at a gas station. Crossing over Big Creek. Pretty dry. Courthouse Creek. Good old Victor Flea Market. Downtown Victor. I just went to the gas station to fill up on some Jolly Ranchers, some Powerade for the last little bit of the ride. We got about 10 miles to go. All right, had a refreshment break. Got some Powerade and some body armor, and now we're back on the trail. Grocery store here. Hamilton, 9 miles. Okay, got hydrated. Got a little bit of a rest. Although I am exhausted, I think I can push myself to complete these last 9 miles. North Fork Bear Creek, completely dry. No water there. I could be wrong, but it feels like I'm doing a very subtle climb heading south. So this is the home stretch. I think I'm gonna make it. There's a little bit of water down there. I hope the plane didn't land like that. Can't believe it, we made it. Well, I pushed myself, but it was worth it. 45 miles biked, but I made it to Hamilton. So it goes without saying, that's a new record for me. 45 miles in 5.5 hours. Surprisingly, my legs aren't tired and blown out. The only uncomfortable part was when a grasshopper flew up my nose. Don't want to repeat that again. But other than that, it was a really good ride. I got exhausted right before I got to Victor, but then stopping in to get some Gatorade really helped. The last 7 miles seemed to take forever, but overall, it was good.